Hey there, foodie friends. It's Tiffany Foreman, your favorite Pampered Chef consultant, always bringing you recipes, tips, fun, and more. And I am getting ready to prepare a really old Pampered Chef recipe that I used to do at shows when I first started in Pampered Chef 20 years ago. And today, when we were discussing what we were going to have for dinner, right before that, my very first team member ever messaged me about the recipe, and I was like, oh my gosh, I used to love that recipe. We should totally bring it back. So we had all the ingredients at home, and it's super, super easy. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. Is I have a container of Grand biscuits, and I'm getting ready to roll all of them out. So just grab your roller. And we just want to get a little bit more surface area. That's why I'm kind of rolling them out. And then what you'll do with each one, I'm not going to make you watch me roll all of these, but what you're going to do is after you roll these out, you're going to mix some things together. So I'm going to grab my mozzarella cheese on my coarse grater and go ahead, and you guys know that when it comes to cheese, we never ever measure. So well, at least I don't. If you guys want to measure, you totally can. So grab my mozz. Remember, mozzarella is a really, really soft cheese, so I prefer to do it first thing while it's still really cold, so it's easier to grate. The coarse grater does have a food holder. However, I'm really bad about using the food holder, and I just usually grate all the way down to where I can't. And then that little nub I get to snack on. So I'll set that to the side. All right, so I've got my coarse cheese ready to go. So I'm going to grab a mixing bowl, and we've got some meatballs that they were the store-bought meatballs. They've been sitting in sauce, defrosting and cooking. So there are some of your meatballs. Now you could leave the meatballs whole. However, after doing this recipe a bunch at shows back in the day, I realized it was easier to cut them. So I'm going to use my salad choppers. Notice I use them backwards. So I'm going to just chop them up to make them into chunks. But I don't want to make it like round beef. I definitely do want them chunky. So I'm only going to do them just a couple of times there. Okay. So you're going to add your mozzarella. And we've got probably enough sauce in there that I don't think I need to add any more sauce to that. I'm going to grab my Italian seasoning. Definitely want to add some more of that. Now, there could be some in the sauce, but I like Italian seasoning. And so we're going to go ahead and get that in there. And then if you'd like, you can also go ahead and add some parm into this mixture here. I do want some parm that I can do directly on top as well. So we'll just add a little parm there. Now, if your family likes onions and peppers or things like that, you could add some of that in there. So let me just mix this all around. All right, so we've got our meatballs, our sauce, our mozzarella, our Parmesan, Italian seasoning. And then, like I said, if you wanted onions and peppers, you could totally do that as well. Grab your large scoop. All right, so that one's about 3 tablespoons when you measure those out. And I'm gonna take and fill up my large scoop, and I'm gonna put it, let me angle this down so you guys can see it, right here inside of my meatball. I'm sorry, not my meatball. I probably should have used my medium scoop now that I think about it. Let me try this a little bit less. I think I needed my medium scoop. All right, and you're gonna make like a little pouch with it. So you're gonna kind of pinch up the sides so it looks like that, all right? And then when you put it in your muffin pan, you're gonna put it from this way so that it's down this way. Okay, and then right before you bake them, so once I do all of them together, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna grab my serrated bread knife, and then that way, imagine that all of these are filled up. I'm just gonna kind of go at an angle and cross them all so that when I'm done, I'm gonna have a cross in the top this way, then I'm gonna go back the other way, all the way down, and I'll have a cross that way, so that when they bake, they kind of start to open up. Oh, I forgot the best part. We're going to take a little bit of melted butter. I'm gonna butter the top of each one, and then I'm gonna add some of the new Parmesan garlic to the top there. And if you wanted to put a little bit more fresh parm and a little bit more Italian seasoning, you could do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and fill up all of these. I'll show you guys the finished product before I pop them in the oven, and then what they look like when they come out of the oven. So this recipe was originally called Apple Crisscross Crowns, and we just modified it with the meatball mixture. So I hope that you enjoyed that quick little tip and something that you can try at home. Thanks, foodies. Have a pampered day.